Yikes. Another day.
Another adjustment.
Another setup in the rain.
Yeah, 7.25 inches front to back. So we're on a pretty steep decline here. So we're gonna try to move up a little bit and get to a flatter spot.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Made it to West Virginia.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
Anyway, what are we doing today?
Coffee. Explore. Where are we going? Summersville or Fayetteville? Can't remember.
I don't know.
Explore town.
Yeah, get some coffee, get some lunch, maybe find a brewery.
This is like one of the only days it's not supposed to rain, so
Yeah.
gonna go explore.
Yep, we got some fun stuff planned for later this week, weather permitting, but yeah, let's go check out the town.
Yeah, let's go.
Alex loves parking in small downtown areas.
Small downtowns with 5-minute parking spots and street parking only. Yeah, that's fun for a F-250.
We fit nowhere.
Yeah. So,
This coffee better be good.
parked at the library.
Shh.
Alright guys, we just found a restaurant called The Vault on Main. It's in a historic bank in downtown Summersville.
Yeah,
So we're gonna go check it out.
let's go eat.
Let's go eat.
We're going to a speakeasy.
We're going to a speakeasy. So we just had dinner at The Vault on Main. Historic bank here in downtown Summersville, and they have a speakeasy next door, so we're gonna go check that out. We got a secret code on our receipt. Let's go.
Where are we?
West Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
What the? You didn't even line up.
How does that fit? No, up higher.
It's not. It doesn't line up exactly.
Up higher. This probably isn't the best idea after a couple drinks. Perfect.
Bam.
Good job, babe. Crushed it.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So we did a thing. So remember when we said that we had a little bit of a scare on the way up to Devil's Backbone Brewery on our travel day? A little bit of an issue, a little bit of a scare on the way up. First time in 10 months, 11 months of doing this, and decided, you know what, we tried the E2 out for a while, and 90% of the time it worked fine, but it wasn't worth us getting into an accident to not upgrade. Anyways, make a long story short, ended up getting on Facebook Marketplace and saw a guy in Clarksburg, West Virginia, which is like an hour and a half away from where we were staying, who is selling an Equalizer E4. So I was able to reach out to him, make the drive up here in the rain today, met with him, checked it out, got the Equalizer E4 at a great price. And so now we're upgrading to the Equalizer E4 from the Fastaway E2. So now we have 4 points of sway control and should be a lot more stable going forward for our travel days. So,
you know, when we started RVing too, we didn't know how long we were going to be doing this, so we were okay with a more base model hitch. And again, the longer we're doing this now, the more it's like, okay, that's definitely worth the investment. So we were able to find a used one that was less than half of what it retails for new. We're looking at it as kind of the stars aligned there for us, and we're able to meet a fellow RVer here in West Virginia and get that picked up today. So it's really exciting. We'll be sure to show you guys how we get it all hooked up and process of removing what we have and getting the new one installed.
Well, it was supposed to be raining today, so we decided to stay in the RV and make it a low-key day, and now it's sunshine and blue skies. But that means that I can get out and work on the new weight distribution hitch. As we mentioned, we upgraded from the E2 to the Equalizer E4. And right now it's kind of just a guess and check, because where we were currently at is on a hill, on gravel. You can see how much the front is chalked compared to the rear. So not an ideal situation to hook up and measure specs for hooking up the weight distribution hitch. So these are the current L brackets that we've been using for our E2. Based off of friction, that's how you get your sway control on the E2. And on the E4, you get sway control, you get friction from the L brackets as well as at the head of the hitch, where the spring arms go. For this hitch, these are supposed to be at 27 to 32 inches. Well, they're currently at 27. This is where we had them set up. 32 is unfortunately right at the connection for our metal battery box. And additionally, on that side, it's where our emergency brake controller is. So I don't think that I can't go back any further on that side, but it is a little bit crooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust that one. Make sure it's nice and parallel so you get an even wear. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and swap to the other L brackets because these have been worn down a little bit. You can see these are wearing in a little bit and not quite perpendicular to the frame, so gonna adjust that. So I'm gonna take these off and put the other ones on, and I think 27 inches is the minimum that you can do when you're hooking up these L brackets, which is exactly where it's at, so I think that's where it's gonna have to stay. Let's do a little comparison. This is our E2. So this is our E2 weight distribution hitch, and the spring arms just slide right into these sockets, and then there's no friction in here. They just spin freely. And the sway control you get is the friction from the L brackets. Comparatively, this is the E4 hitch, and you have the spring arms that go into these sockets, which are friction top and bottom. So you get sway control friction from the head here, and then the L brackets as well, which is why it's E4 for 4 points. So you can see the previous owner had it drop down a little bit. Our E2 is right flush at the top. So without having the RV hooked up the same distance to the ground, we need to move the ball head up here. So we need to go up 2 holes.
What's going on over here?
Okay, so we needed to move this up. It was really low. And this is all guess and check because we can't hook up to the RV right now. So I might have to redo this on Wednesday when we leave, unless we hook it up Tuesday. Anyways, so needed to move this up. It was 2 holes. It was basically at the bottom, and we needed to move the ball height up. So I'm matching what we had on the old weight distribution hitch, which was flush with the top, but I am adding more washers. We actually only had 4 washers from the dealer on our old hitch. This one has 5. I'm gonna go ahead and move up to 6. Okay, so just took it off. We're gonna go ahead and add another washer. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on it. 6. So make sure you use hardened. These are 1/2 inch grade 8 hardened washers. If you don't use hardened washers, they could squeeze and change your weight distribution hitch. So make sure they're hardened. Okay, once you put the bolts back in, then you're gonna have like a little set screw on the bottom here. I can't remember what the term is for the screw, but basically you want to screw this in till it's tight, and then another 1/4 or 1/2 inch turn, and that basically makes sure that the washers are pressed against the shank here. See how they're loose right now? And when I tighten this bolt, they're gonna go like that, and they're gonna stay tight. And you got to check this bolt occasionally, this little set screw down here, because during travel it can loosen up. I actually noticed ours was loose on our E2. So make sure, you know, every trip or so you're checking this set screw to make sure, otherwise it'll start wobbling, and the weight of your RV on the ball can actually bend your shank bolts here if this is wobbling too much. So you're gonna make sure that set screw is tight. Now that we added a washer, we changed the height of our hitch head ball. We're gonna go ahead and put it back on, tighten it back down, and your shank bolts here have to be tightened, at least on the equalizer E4, to 320 foot-pounds. So we got the torque wrench. We're gonna go ahead and get that torque down once we get it on. All right, now that we got that on.
Ooh, muscles.
Ooh.
What'd you get?
Torque wrench.
New toy?
Yep. Needed something a little bit
Beefier.
beefier.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Whoa, mama.
Mama. All right, all the way up to the top.
And torque it, and torque it. Is that motivating? Definitely not wearing proper safety shoes.
Nice. Okay,
Hit it.
hit it
You're up.
and go.
Where are we?
New River Gorge National Park. We're gonna do a hike today. Long Point Trail. It's been highly recommended to us, so we're gonna go check that out.
Yeah, let's go. snack.
Snack time.
What you got?
Honey roasted peanuts. Just got done. 3.2 miles, only, I don't know, less than 400 feet of elevation gain, so not too bad.
Yep. Good little hike.
Good little hike. Highly recommend it. It's called a Long Point Trail. If you come to New River Gorge, gives you a great overview, look out of the gorge and the bridge and everything. So pretty cool. Now it's time for pizza and beer. Let's go. Okay, it's adventure time.
We're doing something scary today.
I mean, it's gonna be fun.
I mean, exciting.
Exciting, scary, fun. So we got recommended at Romestead when we were talking about coming to the New River Gorge. They said you need to go whitewater rafting, and I've been before, but I was a kid. I was like 10, maybe 11 years old, and Ally's never been whitewater rafting. So we figured, what a cool place to do whitewater rafting through the New River Gorge. So we booked it, and we're about to go check in.
I was scared. The last 24 hours, I've been watching nothing but videos of people flipping out of the raft, so
it's gonna be fun.
I'm scared.
We're gonna get wet, gonna have a good time. We did a half day, so it's like 3.5 hours or something like that. So got the GoPro, gonna get some filming, and
let's go.
Let's go.
Forward! Keep going! Come on! Come on! Keep going! Come on! Pick it up! Dig it in! Here it comes! All the water today is raging down through here and headed towards a large jumble of boulders called the meat grinder. Okay? As you can tell by the name, it's just not a good place to be. Gotta go. Keep going. You're doing great. Keep going. Come on. Keep paddling. Keep going. Keep going. Doing good. Keep going. Stay together. Come on, guys. You gotta go. Doing awesome. Keep going. Keep going. You're doing good. Keep going, guys. Stay with me. Come on. Keep going, guys. Keep going. How you like that? Woo! Woo! Get your breath. I told you it was a lot of work. You guys killed that. About this earlier, but since you guys got fear and adrenaline mixed in your bloodstream right now, your human body is actually able to perform at a higher peak level of athleticism than normal. So what you do at this point on the raft is you focus all that energy on your butt cheeks. If you squeeze real tight, you can grip on to the boat with that. All right, it's called the pucker factor. You get in there and you squeeze onto that thing, and then you shouldn't come out. If you do fall out, everybody on the boat here. So pucker up, kids. So we're gonna run this rapid a way that we don't usually get to run. And then we're gonna run down the left side. Most of the year, the left side's off limits because there's not enough water. But today, oh yeah. There's a feature in there called the $1 million wave. If we hit it just right, it's gonna stand us up in the air. And we're gonna be, at this point, disappeared in the trough of the wave. And feel like we're flying when we come to the top of us, okay? What I need you guys to do though, when we enter this rapids, I need you to paddle, okay? It's not very deep, but it is right. Okay?
I didn't fall out.
Great job.
That was fun. Can we do it again? That was freaking awesome.
Yeah, had a great time.
I was so scared that I was gonna fall out, but I didn't. Nobody did.
Yeah, they did a great job here. Adventures on the Gorge was the outfitter that we went with, and it's been raining a lot the last couple of weeks, so the river was 9 feet higher than it typically is.
There was trees in the water that aren't typically in the water.
Yeah, so it made some things a little bit worse and some things a little bit better.
Yeah.
So there were some class 4 pluses that we went on. They can't classify them as class 5s, I guess, but 4 pluses, and nobody got knocked out of the boat. Nobody,
almost. Somebody almost did.
Yeah, there was a couple questionable moments, but had a great time.
It was
and
really fun.
it's her first time whitewater rafting, so
Yeah.
cherishable memories.
And your first time with a paddle.
Yeah. I was 10 last time, so
That was really fun.
now it's time to go feed the doggos.
Bucket list item checked off.
Beautiful travel day here in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Great day to hit the road.
Let's hit the road.
West Virginia's been cool, but we're on to Kentucky.
Yep. New state. Let's go.
Okay, bye. So we just left the RV park, wanted to get to a flat, stable surface, pulled into a truck stop, open parking lot here, lots of space, somewhat mostly level ground, just a parking lot. The height, which we were worried about, actually looks pretty good. The truck RV looks level front to back. Might be off a little bit, but it's not enough to drop down another hole on the head there. So the only thing that needed to be adjusted was our tension arms here were not parallel to the frame. They were angled down slightly. Yeah, they were angled down slightly. So I'm going to move the L brackets up 1 notch, which is going to increase the weight distribution, as well as level out the tension bars, which will increase the friction. You want it to be flat across those L brackets. So that's what we're going to do now.
Torque, 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 torque.
Yep, he's got to be torqued to 75.
right, so this RV is pretty heavy tongue weight, and we're at 6 washers right now. I think we want to put another spacer in, another washer, to get to 7. I got all the measurements. So you measure the front wheel well and the rear wheel well unhitched. You measure again hitched but without weight distribution. Then you measure a third time hitched with weight distribution. And if it goes back to more than 50% of what it was unhitched, then you've successfully set up your weight distribution. Hopefully that makes sense. We're almost back to 50%. We're a little bit less. So I'll probably put another spacer in and see how that performs once we get to Kentucky. But as of right now, we're pretty good. So let's hit the road. Another one bites the dust. Good old Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Hey, you know what? We're gonna have to get some bourbon while we're here.
Bourbon? What's that?
This shape doesn't even match the outline. Bam, perfect.
Perfect.
Another one down.
Bear's excited.